negative, negative. I had watched my niece Jeannie doing this for probably a year before I decided to even give it a shot. I'm one of those people that, at my regular job, they kind of call me Bulldog, because you give me something, I'm going to dig in. So what I had done, and I really did do this, I dug for about 6 months trying to find something wrong with this. Because I wanted to go back and tell my niece, don't do it, get out of this, it's a scam. So it's kind of funny how it all turned out. Not that she would have ever listened to me anyway, but I would have told her what I found, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm going to throw it out there. The only thing I found was not FDA approved. But for me, that means absolutely zero. You know, we all know what they approve. You know, no natural vitamins, nothing you buy out there that's natural do they approve. But that wasn't anything. And that's the only real negative I could find to go back to her with, so I had nothing. But I still wasn't interested. I ended up going to the doctor back in July. And I knew I had a thyroid issue, I had a cholesterol issue. I didn't realize how bad they were, because like me, I'm old school. Doctor said you have a couple of problems. I never asked how bad. He's going to take care of it for me. That's just what you do. The doctors, well, not anymore, but they're supposed to take care of you. Never asked. Well, in July, I went into the office, and I ended up with a new nurse who didn't know my history and my story. And every 3 months, I went in and got lab work done. And I had gone to get a prescription for my thyroid renewed. It was expired, had to go back and get it from them. Well, she looked at my lab work. She said, your thyroid's fine. We'll renew your prescription. She just kept kind of looking at me like I had something on my face or something. And I'm going, what? And she looked at me and she said, your cholesterol is so high. I don't think I've ever seen anybody with cholesterol that high walking around normal. So that kind of floored me, because I had never asked my doctor how high it was. He just said it was high. I'm one of those that, again, he wanted to put me on statins. I went back and investigated it and said, no, I'm not taking it. It's straight poison. I refuse to do it. So basically that day, she told me that if I didn't do something, I was going to end up in the hospital because I wouldn't take their prescription medication. So anyway, trying to shorten it, but that day I called Jeannie and I said, okay, I've looked into it. I know this stuff is okay. We all need the products. I knew that. I didn't feel like I needed them, but it can't hurt me. So I was kind of on the same boat with these guys. It can't hurt, so let's give it a shot. Personally, and I'll be straight up honest, I got on it. She talked me into doing the ambassador thing because it's cheaper. What we all started out for. She knew, more than I knew, that later on that would benefit me. At that time, I was like, whatever, it's cheap. I went 3 months. I honestly went 3 months before I did anything. There were, like, you forget, and I'm laughing at her because you forget so many of the things that it does for you. It's a little subtle things. And, you know, for 3 months, I was so negative, I didn't see any of it. I was like, whatever. I always gave it something else. If some other thing was doing it for me, it couldn't be this stuff. There's just no way. So at 3 months, I went in and did my 3-month lab work. And at this point was when that whole light bulb went, wow. I don't know if she'll know, but some of you may not. My triglycerides were at 458 when I started out. Supposed to be 147, one lower. Yeah. Yeah. Well, 3 months, I know it's hard. 3 months, it went down half. Half. When I went into the doctor, I actually got my lab work, went home, made an appointment, which I was done with them. I wasn't going to go back, but I had to go back because I didn't believe what I was seeing. I wanted to go back to them and say, okay, am I reading this right? Did I, you know, because I couldn't believe it. And at that point was when the light bulb went on. And long story short, January I went in again and did lab work on my cholesterol. My triglycerides are now at 147. Everything else on my cholesterol came back normal. I still have 2 that are a little high that are going to fix themselves. But I mean, my triglycerides were so high that they couldn't get a reading on the other ones. I had no reading on them because they were too high. They couldn't do anyway. My thyroid, they've dropped my prescription on my thyroid 3 times. They just keep lowering it and lowering it. All of the side effects, anybody that's had thyroid, I don't know that I'll ever get off of the medicine 100%. I'm praying I will. had none. 6 months ago, my hair, I looked like, it was pretty sad. It was thin, falling out in chunks, just gone, and it just amazes me. It amazes my hairdresser too. She had to thin it last time I made it. Wow. She's like, I never ever thought I'd put a razor on your hair, you know, but just little things like that. The fatigue, my nails are growing. I've lost 20 pounds. Mostly belly fat, because I'm like, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but yeah, it's just the overall for the thyroid issue, and that's kind of what I center on is the cholesterol and thyroid, because those are my stories and migraines. I had those too. Gone, and nobody believes it when somebody says, you know, the first week on Plexus Slim, no more migraines. They look at you like you're nuts. I'm telling you, it's a fact. I think hers are a little more serious, and maybe her too, so they're going to have them every now and then, but mine are gone. I have, and it's funny because you get the little residue, you can feel it coming, we all know you've had them, and I panic and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, here it comes. Never. From day one have I had it go into a full-blown migraine. They're doable. You know, if you understand, if you have them, you know what doable is. It's not the 2 days later you're trying to recover from it. So that's kind of my story, and I mean, like I said, there's a million things, the list goes on and on what it's done for me, but it's pretty overwhelming, and the money for me, I didn't go into this for that. I have a full-time 50-hour-a-week job, so that wasn't what I did it for, but it's been pretty amazing what's happening. I mean, if you want to do it, you can seriously make good money. And it's easy. I mean, it's not like you have to go out and sell. You don't have to do anything. You just talk about it.
You know, anybody else want to jump up here and? Okay.
So I'm going to give 2 testimonies. One, first as a husband. So when I met Kristen, we both worked, or I worked in the emergency room. She was an ambulance EMT. She used to bring me patients all the time. And she was this cute, perky little bouncing off the wall girl. We weren't together then. Years later, we got together about 3 months after, or 2 months after? About 2 months after the car accident. The woman I knew back then and the woman that I was now living with were 2 totally different people. She was kind of zonked out all the time on the narcotics and couldn't pick up our daughter, just couldn't function. You know, she was dropping out of nursing school, she was having a hard time with grades and all that kind of stuff. And I know she's brilliant. So in October 2012, when the fast relief came out, she was able to cut her narcotic use in half, and I started to see some subtle changes in her. She was a little livelier, a little happier. And then after April of 2013, when the Nerve Health came out, I mean, you saw that picture of her sitting with our daughter with the ice pack. She was just, I waited on her hand and foot for 2 months after that, that RFA treatment she had. And she couldn't function. She couldn't even pick up our daughter. Any little thing, if something startled her, she was done for the day, because it would make her tense up and she had to have an ice pack. After the Nerve Health support came out, and she started to get her life back, and that summer, because it came out in April, that summer, she was walking around with our 3-year-old daughter, like, hanging on her arm. And I was like, oh my God, let me get you an ice pack. And she was like, why? What do you mean why? Because you're going to be laid up for the rest of the day. She's like, no, I feel great. And now she's giving her piggyback rides. She's 4 now. She's giving her piggyback rides on her shoulders, and it doesn't kill her now. So she's perky. She's graduated nursing school with honors, and she is just like the brilliant, perky girl that I knew 5 years ago. And very sarcastic. Yeah. Yeah, she had lost her sense of humor for a while there. Nothing was funny. I loved her anyway.
Aw.
All right, the second
And
testimony is
today's
mine.
Today's actually our 1-year anniversary. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining us for our anniversary.
We eloped a year ago in Vegas. So the second testimony is my own. Yeah, I lost, when I first started on the product, I didn't lose weight right away. It was about 6 months before I actually saw it or felt a difference. I noticed a difference on the scale, although she bought me 2 pairs of pants since then, and each one was a little smaller than the first, and I didn't even notice. But what I really want to talk about is this past month. I have been on, I've been taking most of these products except for the Fast Relief for 2 years now. And I was taking Boost because I like the thermogenic energy that it gave me, and I have a very busy, stressful job at a doctor's office, a neurosurgeon's office, and just keeping up with the daily thing, the Boost was great for my energy. But because of the stress of the job, I was coming home a jerk. And she was getting so mad at me, and I would come home angry and just rant and rave for hours about my job, and she couldn't handle the stress. And I ran out of that bottle, and I said, I need another bottle of Boost for work. And she says, you know what, we don't have any Boost. Why don't you take some Accelerator? We had Boost somewhere in the house. She goes, why don't you take the Accelerator to work? So I took the Accelerator, and because it has the mood stabilizer in it, within a week of coming home with my crazy stressful job and the crazy people I work with, I was nice. I was nice to her. I wasn't short with our daughter. I was happy to go to work the next day, even though I knew it was going to be crazy and stressful, and I didn't want to kill anybody. What's that? Yeah, it's true. It's that. Just yeah. Anyway, I'm my normal happy self again.
Oreos are not good.
Oh, all right. She's reminding me that. Bye. She's reminding me that when we got together, I had 2 addictions. One was Dr. Pepper. I would drink 2 to 3 a day, at least, and Oreos. And I knew Oreos were bad for me, so I would limit myself to only 4. Stack of them this big. Only 4 of them. And, I wanted to make sure she always had Oreos and Dr. Pepper in the house. And after being on Plexus I still ate them and drank them out of habit because that was my norm. And she just stopped buying them one day, and I didn't notice. We have a package of Oreos that we bought for a special occasion that is stale in the pantry right now. They are stale. Girl Scout cookies. Y'all love Samoas?
2 years ago.
Yeah, we have Girl Scout cookies, unopened Samoas. That's like... Yeah, we have Samoas, 2 boxes of unopened Samoas in our pantry from 2 years ago. That's like sacrilege in the Girl Scout world.
Don't tell them.
Don't tell the Girl Scouts. Now I walk by them at the store, I'm like, no, I'm not going to waste them. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nope. Okay. Okay, so I've got a few questions for Kristen. Okay. If I start on these products and they don't do anything for me, or I don't like them, what happens? Well, you have 60 days to get your money back as a customer. So just keep the packaging, and you just send it back to customer service, and they'll refund you and the shipping.
Are you serious?
Yep. You don't have to even give them a reason.
Wow. This is crazy.
Okay. So you said they were natural, or there's got to be something else. No, all of our products are plant-based, except for the Fast Relief cream and capsules because it has the New Zealand green lift mussels in it.
Okay.
How can I order? You can order 3 ways. As a retail customer, the one-time purchase, you can either order through my website or out of my house, and you still get the 60-day money-back guarantee.
Or you can order the preferred customer, which is through my website. Gives you about a 10% discount, but
I don't want to get stuck in where I'm like have to pay for this every month if I'm not liking it.
well, at any time you can cancel or change your order after 15 days. So you don't even have to have a minimum number of orders processed. And if you've been a preferred customer for 3 consecutive months, on your 4th consecutive month, you get an extra 10% off automatically.
Really? What if, say I'm taking the accelerator and I don't like it and I want to start the boost, am I stuck taking the accelerator?
Nope, you can just call customer service and they'll switch it out.
Wow. Okay. Now, what about signing up as an ambassador? What will that do for me?
Well, an ambassadorship, it gives you wholesale pricing, so it's the cheapest way possible, and you can just go online through your back office and place any order at any time you want and even pay however you want for each order.
Okay. How much is this going to cost me? Is it like starting like a McDonald's franchise or something where it's going to cost me a lot of money?
No, an ambassadorship is only $39.95 for an annual membership, and with that you get a replicated website as well as allows you to be commission qualified, and you can make some money when people go through your website and order.
Okay, so how much do I have to put into like buying a product to sell to other people?
Well, when you join, you have an option to choose a welcome pack. Welcome packs are either $99 or $199, and it contains below wholesale price on the product. So you can even get a welcome pack that has a value of over $400 for just $199, and you can either use those for yourself or sell them to friends and family. And each month you are only, if you want to be commission qualified, you only have to have $100 in sales volume go through your back office. So whether that's your personal product or if you have your family members or friends order, then that all counts towards your personal volume, and you only need $100.
Okay, so say I do that and I decide I'm not going to sell it, I'm not going to take the products anymore. Am I stuck having to spend $100 a month after this?
No, absolutely not. You just go in the back office and click one button to turn it off.
Wow. Okay. What happens to the money when I buy that welcome pack? Where does that money go? What do they do with that?
Well, 50% of the welcome pack goes to corporate to pay for the product and then to keep the lights on and the air conditioning on in Scottsdale, which we want to keep them happy. And then the other 50% goes to the 4 ambassadors above you. So if you come in with a $200 welcome pack and I am your sponsor, then I get $50, my sponsor gets $25, first sponsor gets $15, and then 4 levels up gets $10. And so that encourages us to work as a team to encourage you and support you to be the best ambassador that you can be.
So if I sign up my best friend, I'm going to get paid for that?
Yes, you get paid 25% of her welcome pack the following Friday. So if you sign up today, then on the 27th, or if your best friend signs up today, then on the 27th you would get paid either $25 or $50.
So like the website would be ready today for her to be able to sign up?
Usually in less than 30 minutes, it's live.
Wow. Tell me about the commissions. I mean, how does that work? How much are they? When do I get paid for that?
So we get paid 11 different ways. And today being the 15th is actually our payday. And because it fell on a weekend, I got my direct deposit on Friday. So we got to have extra special dinner on Friday night. So with the 11 ways, there's 3 categories. You get paid retail for your products, either 15 or 25% commission on your volume that goes through your website once you hit your $100. So if your sales volume is over $500, you get 25% commission minus the $100. So if you have $500 in volume, you automatically get $100 in commission.
Okay, so say I have 475 in volume and I can't get another customer, but I'm wanting that 25% instead of 15%, what do I do?
I suggest you choose a product that you need to order, such as either the Probio 5 or the X Factor, and then that would bump you over your 500.
Okay, and then as far as the preferred thing goes, I get that if I order that way, I'm getting discounts. What do you get out of it?
Well, I recommend all my customers order preferred. Not only does it save them about 10%, but I also earn an amazing bonus. If it's just the Slim and the Boost, I get an $18 bonus for you saving 10%.
On top of your commission?
Yes, on top of the 25% that I earn each month.
Okay. And you have your husband signed up under you,
Yep,
right?
my husband's level 1, so on all of his volume, I get a 5% override. So it's like our household is making 30% off of what he does.
Illegal? They let you do that?
Plexus actually encourages signing up each spouse because then it's like double dipping. We get to capitalize on working the business together. We are one of the few multi-level marketing companies that you can have more than one membership in the house. And I only had to be a gold ambassador in order to sign him up.
Okay. How long do I have to wait for profit sharing?
You qualify for profit sharing day 1. So you don't have to wait till you've had your 1-year anniversary with corporate America. You can, at the moment you sign up, anybody on your level 1 through 3, you get 5 points on, and level 4, 4 points, 5, 3 points, 6, 2 points, and level 7, you get 1 point.
Okay, now you lost me. What are these points? I want money. I don't want points.
So if you add 3 team members, if you personally sponsor 3 people, not only do you get the welcome bonus, business building bonus, but you also, when you have 3 people, you get a promotion to Silver Ambassador and you get $100. And then the next month when they've qualified, you get 5 points on each of them. Points average around $3 a point. So right there, you get $15 per person. So you're Silver Ambassador and you're getting $45 just on your pay point. And plus you got your $100 silver bonus, a 5% override, plus your own commission for your 25% and any preferred customer.
They really pay you for all that?
Yes.
Really? One of our checks don't bounce, like they're not
Nope.
paid.
Nope. And Plexus is trying to be a green company, so you can either have it direct deposited, have it put in your e-wallet, so then you can order for the next month, or have a really cool red Plexus Worldwide debit card. So the money is just automatically put onto the debit card. You just go use it. So they aren't mailing paper checks anymore because we're going green.
Okay, so you said silver gets like $100. Are there other levels? I mean, is this some sort of like pyramid thingy?
No, pyramid schemes are illegal. We are a multi-level marketing company, and so that's how we have different ways to make money. And so the next level after silver is a gold ambassador, which is about 100 pay points, which it comes out to about 20 people on your downline. And you get a $250 bonus on the following month. I'm a senior gold ambassador, as you just turned. And so somebody just got a $350 bonus on Friday.
Yes, but right now I'm not an ambassador.
Wow. Sorry. Okay. When you have about 250 pay points, you get a $350 bonus. And all I did to achieve senior gold is just post on Facebook and attend a couple of meetings like this.
Wow. Okay, so what's after that?
Then Ruby, Senior Ruby, and with those you also get bonuses of $500 and $750. And then once you achieve Emerald, you get 3% of the Emerald pool and a pretty white Plexus Lexus. And
Are you going to give me a car?
1,500 pay points times about $3 a pay point. You can do the math.
Wow.
And yeah, so you get to pick one of 4 white Plexus Lexus, Lexi, And you also get a $500 bonus each month to help cover either your car payment or your insurance or gas. So they automatically add $500 to your check.
Wow.
What else do you get? Oh, you get a trip to Maui in September.
I'm saying.
I want to go to Maui.
Wow.
And once you've achieved Sapphire, it's 300 pay points, and you still get your pretty white Lexus. 3,000. Can't read it. If not, I'm almost there. Yeah. And our top level is a Diamond Ambassador, which is 4,500 pay points. And when you go Diamond, you get a bigger and blacker Lexus. So they have these gorgeous, gorgeous cars, and you get $1,000 in your check compared to the $500 to pay for your car.
Okay, so does it just stop there, or do they do anything else for me after that?
You also get an additional 1% profit sharing pool for Sapphire and an additional 1% for Diamond. So when you're Diamond Ambassador, you get 5% of the profit sharing pool on top of your points, on top of everything else, and the trip to Maui. Many of our Diamond Ambassadors have also earned shopping sprees at Bloomingdale's. We have a convention coming up in June. So if you sign up now, you can still qualify for some of the bonuses for convention, and anybody is invited.
Where's convention at?
Phoenix Convention Center.
Wow, I hope everybody's going to that with it being local.
And once you've achieved Diamond, when you're at about 6,000 pay points, you have an opportunity to re-enter on your level 1. So you get to build a whole new business under your primary. And so currently our top ambassador, Celeste Wynn from Dallas, is a Diamond Sapphire. And so that's 4,500 plus 3,000 points. That's a lot. Times $3. And she is now driving 2 black Lexus. And is on her way home from a 2-week African safari.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, I'm definitely signing up.
Celeste actually went Emerald after 4 months. She was the fastest climbing ambassador. She was on a mission trip in Africa almost 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, when she ranked up to Emerald. So she didn't even have Wi-Fi. That's crazy.
Wow.
So you can work your business anywhere.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm signing up.
Good.
Okay, here, this center picture here shows you like the different cars that you get to choose from. These pictures on the left and the right are actually my upline. This is Tammy Elmore, who is a Diamond Ambassador out of Oklahoma. And when people tell me that they don't have time for the business, I refer to her.
Yeah.
She was a high school math teacher when she reached Diamond, and she finished out the school year last year, continued teaching, and then when the school year was over, she went ahead and retired. So, I mean, if she can do that, and plus she had kids rodeoing, and I mean, she's a busy, busy lady. And then on the other side here is Dusty Duncan, who I grew up with in Payson, and quiet little rancher's daughter who now won't shut up about Plexus, and she's a Sapphire Ambassador and an amazing upline. I mean, so much support. It's crazy. So is there anybody here that has not tried the Slim?
Tom, are you?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I missed it.
When you were talking.
You were focused.
I was focused because I got my Slim, so I was focused. Let's do some prizes.
Oh, and here in Arizona, we don't have any Lexus driving ambassadors yet. So Plexus is still absolutely on the ground level here in Arizona. And we have many states. California, I think, only has 2. Out of how many billion people are in the state of California, and they have 2 people driving Lexus. Colorado has 1.
How many are in Texas?
Only like a dozen.
Really?
There's
That's
what,
a
like,
lot.
as far as diamonds, there's what, around 40?
About 40, 45 diamonds.
So it's not a pyramid scheme, guys. It's not like 1 or 2 people at the top making the money.
In July, we were featured in the Success from Home. It's a third-party publication, so we didn't put this out. And they actually have a picture of back in July when they put this together. This was all of our diamonds, emeralds, or diamonds, sapphires, and emeralds. Could fit on 2 pages. So we had back in July or June at convention, we only had 20-something sapphires. I think we were right at 30 diamonds and only 50 to 60 emeralds. So we're still a brand new company. We are debt-free. They are working on building their 4th building since '08, and actually since I joined Plexus in 2012, this is the 3rd building in 3 years. So it's insane the amount of growth that they have. And
last year at convention in Dallas, we had 8,000 people there. How much the year before? I mean, you know all the stuff.
my first year, so in 2012, it was the 2nd convention, and they had only like 1,600 people. The first convention, they only had 250. Last year we had 8,000. The year before was only about 2,800 people. In the last 3 years, Plexus has grown over 16,000%. We are the fastest growing privately held company in Arizona, the 8th fastest privately owned company in the country. We are on track for 2015 to be a $1 billion sales company and debt-free. So that is insane. We don't need to be sponsoring NASCAR races or Super Bowls because we have each other and our testimonies to prove that it works. And by not spending money on those sponsorships, we get to, as ambassadors, actually make more money. So,
my husband and I were sent to Orlando in October for the leaders retreat, and I remember one of the speakers was talking about, at some point in the past, you've been talking to Charles and Alec about the comp plan. They were saying that there was something that, and I don't even know what it was, but there was something that they were going to add to the comp plan, and he looked at him and said, why? They said, because we love our ambassadors. I mean, they truly take care of us. Last year in Dallas, our final night, they hired Leanne Rhymes to do a concert for us. And this year it's Kenny G.
The first night, the Black Tie Gala that you have to qualify for, they have Kenny G. They haven't announced the whole lineup yet. But with Leanne Rhymes' concert, you didn't have to qualify for it. So it was open to everybody. So that is absolutely amazing. So they've done carnival cruises, trip to Amelia Island, Plantation, the Maui trip, they rent out the whole resort. So they have the best, absolutely amazing events and experiences that we can have. So I'm excited.
Me too.
You're on that page too, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I was just getting ready to say, didn't they put you?
yeah,
in
I'm
here?
kind of in here like 2 or 3 times, but that's okay. So I'll sign autographs in the back after. So, okay, let's do a drawing.
Okay.